by far more powerful than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. Unquote. Being grateful for what we have can also be a gateway to access our inherent kindness and its free expression. A simple exercise such as writing down every morning 3 things in your life for which you are grateful will enthuse you with positivity. Feelings of gratitude are known to reduce our anxieties and insecurities. Experiencing gratitude shifts our focus from our worries to the blessings that life has offered us, freeing us to share our innate goodness and compassion with others. The strife and violence that we see in the world today is often based on deep-rooted prejudices. These make us see the world through the binary of us versus them. Following Gandhiji's footsteps, we must let ourselves and our children interact and engage with those whom we tend to define as them. Greater interaction is the best way to develop a sensitive understanding which can help us overcome our prejudices. Ladies and gentlemen, here education too can play an important role. We need to evaluate and evolve the premise, goals and structure of our education system. Education needs to go beyond mere literacy. Education must facilitate and challenge the youth to search deep within themselves and build their inner strength to sympathize or relate to our sufferings of others. We need to educate young people such that they can defy and transcend boundaries of class and race. We need them to be educated and creative to find solutions to entrenched structural injustices and inequities. We need an education that can touch our emotions and our spirits. In this regard, I am happy to know that over the last 3 days, you, all youth leaders and experts present here, have been working together in capacity building workshops focused on developing compassion, kindness, impulse control, and empathy. These are commendable efforts. It is important to be conscious of the need to be inspired and to live by these human values. Compassion kindles the light of compassion. An act of kindness is returned by an act of kindness and empathy. And empathy spurs empathy. I am sure that what you learn and experience in this conference will inspire each one of you to be the ambassadors of kindness for the rest of your lives. This conference has brought together youth leaders from around the world. You and millions of young men and women like you have the biggest stake in making our world kind, compassionate, and peaceful. All of you are celebrating kindness at a time when we are commemorating the 150th birth anniversary of the Mahatma Gandhi. I have no doubt that Gandhiji would have blessed this conference. Once again, I congratulate all the participants and the organizers of this World Youth Conference on Kindness. You have indeed started something that promises to bring Gandhian values into our everyday lives and make our world better. I wish you all the best. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Well, live visuals there from the first ever World Youth Conference for Kindness on Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Gandhi for the Contemporary World, celebrating the 150th anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, and the Chief Guest President Nath Kovind giving the welcome address there in Vigyan Bhavan in the national capital. Well, time now to take a look at the headlines. Hopes for peace and stability in the region. Prime Minister Narendra Modi thanks France for cooperation in fighting terrorism. First Rafale to be delivered to India next month. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Emmanuel Macron discuss a host of issues, including the jet Apur project, climate change, digital and cyber security. Prime Minister to address the Indian community at UNESCO headquarters in Paris will dedicate a memorial to the Indian victims of the two Air India crashes in France in the 1950s and 60s. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to also meet France Prime Minister Charles Philippe. In a major embarrassment for Pakistan and China, the UN meet on safety of religious minorities expresses concern over Beijing and Islamabad treating religious minorities in their country. Many nations, including United States, UK and Canada, say a large number of people have been marginalized in their own nations. Special CBI court sends former Union Finance Minister P. Chidambaram to CBI custody till August 26th in the INX media corruption case. The agency had sought his custody, saying he was not cooperating in the investigation. India reached 203 for 6 in 68.5 overs before rain forces early stumps on day one of the first test match against West Indies. Ajinkya Rahane top scores with 81 runs. Well, now for the stories in detail, and first up, news from Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to France. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the Indian community at an event